Hey everybody, this is David here, aka Chessman, and I'm back to make some more chess moves in my 100 games of chess. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, you should check out my new series. The playlist is called A Serious Look into Chess Openings, and that's where I go through all the chess openings and really dig deep, and it can really help your game. So hopefully take a look and enjoy. Alright, let's get to the moves. Alright, my rook's being attacked. So I gotta move it. I can either go here, here, or here. I'm thinking that maybe there'll be some action on this file. 1 second. Action on this file. So I think I'm going to put my rook there. Yeah. All right. What's going on here? Okay, I'm up 8 points of material. So I need to convert this to this win. My last move was b6. So I was trying to stop this pawn push, which I think I did. Hmm. Trying to make it so he doesn't have any play against my king. I'm guessing he's going to try to go a5, then I take, and then he's going to try c5. It'd be nice to trade queens. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe king to b7. I'm thinking maybe bring my knight into the game. Maybe that's the way. I think I'm going to bring my knight into the game. Actually, right, because I could go this way, or I could also go this way. So if I go here and he tries this, I think I just let him. I think maybe, it can go this way. If he takes. If he brings his queen to attack this pawn, I just guard it with my king, and this pawn I take with this pawn. And I like if I bring my knight here, I can also maybe get my rook into the game. So that's what I'm going to go for. This I think I'm just going to take back. Hmm. Thinking I could just bring my knight back. I don't know. I have a feeling this bishop's going to need to defend this pawn unless I move it. Maybe I could move it and then put my bishop here. Maybe that's the way. I think I'm going to try that. But I think actually I do want to bring my knight back to stop his knight from coming in here. I have a feeling I'm going to take it. He's going to take, and then trade queens. And then I develop my knight. Okay, I just won a queen. So now I need to work on converting. But I think I can win a bishop by going here. I think I gotta go with that. I also have a check. I'm gonna save that. Thinking I'm just gonna develop my rook. Hopefully this bishop is no good. Hopefully this close center makes it so the bishops aren't very good. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to stack my rooks and my queen on this C file. Hopefully that's where the game is on the C file. Okay, what's going on here? No, I think I have to go back somewheres. Unless I counterattack. Looks really dangerous. Unless I go queen here. Of course, he could go rook here. Yeah, I gotta go back this way. Huh. I don't know. If I go here, I have to be careful. If I move this rook, this guy will jump in and fork my queen and rook. Uh, if I go here, then I can't play f6, because then he forks my queen and rook again. Uh, I just thought of something. I could go here, and I'm kind of threatening to take this pawn. So I take and he takes, then I can fork the king and queen and get the queen back. However, I don't know how safe my knight would be. I think I could come back around this way. I think I'm going to go for that. It probably won't work. Again, I might have to come all the way back. I'm going to take my chances and go here. It doesn't look good for me, though. Okay, now he's threatening this pawn and this pawn. Of course, this one he's threatening with a forking my two rooks. So that's definitely more important. Uh, hmm. I could castle. That's probably what I'm going to do. Gotta take back. I'm pretty sure I gotta take, and I think I gotta take with the rook. I could take with the pawn, change things up. Maybe that's what I should do. Then I could play f5. That would totally keep his knight out. I think I'm gonna try it. Maybe my knight could go here. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. It might be a mistake, but I'm gonna try it. I don't know, I'm thinking of bishop here. Just trading off my bishop. And then centering my rooks. I could also go knight here. Threaten to go here. Or threaten to go after his bishop. Yeah, I'm going to go with what I think, and I think it's trying to get rid of this bishop. I might need to give a pawn away. Thinking maybe a4. If he takes, I take. Because I'm up 5 points of material. If I go knight here, takes, takes, takes. I could go knight back. Then I lose another pawn. I'd only be up 3 points of material. Maybe I need to go pawn up. Oh wait, yeah, maybe. Maybe give up my 2 knights for 1 rook. Maybe that's what I need to do. Unless I go rook here first. Then I do 2 pawn push. Then I could go this way. If he takes there, I got a passed pawn. And then I just push it. Go takes, he takes, takes, takes. I'm just worried his rook is too active because this pawn. I think I'm going to go for this plan. He has to get his knight active somehow. Maybe here, here, here. Pretty sure I'm just going to take the bishop, but I'm just double checking. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I see knight to e5. He could kick me out. But if he kicked me, then I could go here, and then I could at least get his bishop. Just this bishop's not very good. But if I could get rid of this bishop, then maybe it could come here and do something. The only thing I can think of is get my rooks going. But if I go here, he's probably just going to push. I think I need to put my knight here and hope that he tries to kick me, and then I fork his rook and bishop and get his bishop. I think that's what I have to do. Of course, what he might do is just attack me with his bishop, and then I might be in trouble. I might have to retreat. Unless I defend with my f4 pawn. That might be what I have to do. Who knows, maybe I can go knight here, then knight here. Maybe that's active. I don't see anything else except developing one of my rooks. I'm going to go for this. Huh. Not sure, but I think I can just take this pawn. Takes, 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 takes. I think that's what I have to do. Am I missing something? I think that's what I got to go for. I don't know where this knight's going. Here, then nowheres. Maybe just to defend this pawn. I think the only move I have is to go knight here and hope my knight does something. Maybe put pressure on this pawn. I'm surprised I'm up 2 points of material because I don't feel like I'm winning. Can I push this? Push, push. That doesn't look good. Unless I go this way. That might be it. Knight here. I think that's the way. Goes here, then his rook is trapped. Well, actually, his rook could go here. Yeah, that doesn't work. What about queen here? No, that can't work. Especially with his knight coming in. Yeah, the only thing I see is here and here, which would help defend this pawn and attack this pawn at the same time. Yeah, that's all I see. I don't see anything else, so that's what I'm going to go for. And hopefully it works. I'm up 2 points of material, so hopefully I don't lose more than a pawn. I can't go here because he can sacrifice one of his knights because my pawn is pinned to the rook. I'm losing this game. I'm down a pawn. A critical pawn. This pawn. The E pawn. So I don't really see what I can do. It's pretty critical. Yeah, this is pretty hopeless. What can keep me in the game? The only thing I can think of maybe is go bishop here. If he takes me, I take with the pawn and my rook's open. Maybe that'll do something. Maybe having two center pawn again will help me in the center while my rook is being active. That might be what I have to go for. I think that's what I have to go for. I don't see anything else. It's my only hope. So hopefully it works. Interesting. How can I end this game? Actually, I think that might have done it. Because now I can go here, attacking his king and his knight. And I think he has to block with the queen and hope I trade queens, which I might do. I think I have to trade the queens. I don't know. I could take his knight. He could take my pawn. And I could take his bishop. He could take my rook. And then I could come down here and force to trade queens off. I don't know. But I definitely think this is the move. And then I'll have to calculate from here. Okay, yeah, I calculated this. I gotta figure out what to take back with. I'm guessing with the pawn, even though my king won't be safe. I thought I was going to be totally losing after this, and I might be, but I think it's just an even game. Except my knight's not really doing much. Um, hmm. Once I take, he's going to take my rook, and I'm going to take back. Question is, do I want his bishop to be on the board? If I take with the bishop, takes my rook, takes, he'll probably take my bishop, and I take back with the pawn. Or do I take back with the pawn and keep bishops on the board? I think if I take with the pawn, he takes, I take, he might bring his rook out, attacking my queen. And his bishop's defending his rook. So I think for that reason, I'm going to take with the bishop. Yep. I think his bishop's more active than mine, so I'm going to take with the bishop. Okay. I was attacking this pawn, so I hoped he would move it. Now I'm trying to remember what the rest of my plan was. Was it to go to e5? Oh, yes, e5 because I want to attack this pawn. Because I was hoping he'd have to push it. Then we take, he takes, and then I move my pawn. And I hope I can defend that pawn. Basically, I'm trying to stop his bishop from getting back under here to get my pawns. Because I could trade rooks off if I wanted to. Takes, takes, and bishop. Then I'd have to push. here. Then decide whether to try to promote or push this pawn. Trying to find a clever move. I don't know. I think I'm going to centralize my bishop. Yeah, and hope it's enough to at least get a draw. This is tricky. I could easily lose. Obviously, if I take this pawn, I at the very least lose this rook. So I can't take the pawn. Kind of looks appealing to attack the queen, which he could take, and I take, and then he could checkmate me. So that's a problem. Wondering if I should just come back, but takes, 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 checkmate. So that doesn't work. Thinking either maybe just king over or maybe rook over. Of course, if I go rook over, you can take my bishop. So I take with the rook, he takes my queen. So that doesn't work. Do I have to give up my bishop? Basically, my bishop's undefended. So how can I defend my bishop? I can't move the bishop, I don't think. So if I moved it like here, there's two attackers on my rook. I'd lose a rook. So I can't move the bishop. So how can I defend it? Maybe I gotta go queen c5 check. King moves, then what? That might be the way I have to go. I think that's all I got. That's what I'm going to go with. I don't see anything else. I was thinking I need to develop this knight so I can develop this knight back. I don't know. I'm afraid of seeing this pawn push and the bishop being active. So it makes me think I want to go here. Takes, takes. At least this bishop would become more active. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so I got the queen to move. I wish I had some really nifty move. Takes. Right now my knight's being attacked by the queen. So that's the problem. Check. If he goes this check. If he goes this way, then maybe I could take with my queen and maybe it's mate. Or pretty close to mate. Yeah, I think here and mate. So if he goes this way, it's mate in 2. So that means he has to go this way. I could take, defending my knight, and I think threatening mate here. And then it's just, what does white do? White has one move to try to save. I think I gotta go for it. Yep. Okay, I'm up 9 points of material. But my opponent still has a queen. Could take this pawn. I could take this pawn. I could check. Check. King goes here. Check. Say king goes here. Goes there, then I can take this with check. So the king would probably have to go maybe here. Then maybe I could check with the knight. I just got to give my opponent no counterplay. Which pawn? If I took this pawn, then I could just promote this pawn all the way up. And I could also threaten rook to e4, attacking the queen. I guess I'm going to take this pawn. Okay, I'm up a pawn. He's attacking my knight, so I either have to take or defend or move the knight. So I can either go back. If I take, he takes, then I think I gotta go back. If I go back, then maybe I can put my bishop here and attack his queen. I'm fine if he takes this bishop and I take back with the queen. I'm fine with that. If I go this way, push, takes, 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 takes. Then can I defend with my bishop against his, yeah, I don't know, his bishop and his queen. Now I'm thinking maybe I have to go h5 to stop this pawn from coming in. Of course, I guess if he pushes, I could always just drop my bishop back. Of course, I'm worried that he's going to put his rook here and his bishop's going to sacrifice. And my pawn will be pinned. But maybe I could move my king over. Unless I go here and go like that. Hmm. Starting to look at this move more. This knight comes back. I think I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Okay, the only thing I have is to take this bishop. That's all I got. So I gotta hope for the best. Okay, what was I thinking? I'm only down a pawn. So, I'm I was thinking maybe I could take this pawn. Because if he takes, then I take. He's got to move. Then maybe I take. If I take, does he have another move? If he checks me with the queen, I can just come back. I think maybe I gotta go for that. If I go here, he might just take this pawn. Then I gotta check. I don't know how good it is. Goes here. Looking for a good move. I just don't see one. What about rook here? Here he takes rook up, and then he escapes. That doesn't look good. Yeah, I don't have a choice. I gotta take this pawn. I don't know. That's what I got. I think I gotta stack these rooks on the 6th rank. Of course, if he goes rook here, it's tricky. I could take this rook. Then he takes me with check. I gotta take, and then he gets my queen. But I got 2 rooks for the queen. That'd be an interesting game. I'm sort of thinking of going f5 to stop the rook from coming here. I think that's what I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, we're just going to trade 2 rooks for a queen. Because if he goes here, he could push. Then I think I have to take. Takes. 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 Then I gotta coordinate my rooks somehow. I'm gonna try it. Pretty sure I'm definitely taking his bishop. My opponent's way too dangerous having two bishops on the board. The only problem is he'd be attacking this pawn after, which I'd have to move, but I think that's fine. I don't see anything else. And if I lose that pawn, I'm up a pawn anyways, so it would just be a drawn game. Okay, him retreating his rook, that's a good sign. Pretty sure I just got a double rooks. My knight's still being attacked by the bishop. But the bishop is still pinned because I have two attackers on this queen. I wish I could move my knight. If I move my knight here, bishop, takes, 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 takes. I went this way. Then maybe I could go f3 and just defend the knight. Maybe that's the way. Then I'd have a really nice knight. I'm up a pawn, so I can afford to give a pawn back. Unless I go this way, trying to get here. I don't know. I feel like trying to go this way and playing f3. If I could get f3 and I'd be fine. Just what are my opponent's active moves here? Goes here. I think I could just take back. This takes, 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 takes. The only move I see is maybe rook here. Bishop here. Then what? Maybe I just move my rook. I think I'm going to try this. And what if he attacks the pinned piece? It's not really pinned, but I guess I could just play f3. What if plays this? That might get me. I think that's the move that's bad for me. What could I do? Maybe go back, then I lose a rook. Yep, I can't go here because of that move. What if I went f4? Takes, 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 takes. I can't calculate it. Here, here. Yeah, I'd lose a brook. Uh, can I go here? I'd like my knight to be here, I think. Maybe not. Takes. I'd have to take with the queen. Takes, takes, takes. Then king here. I'd have my queen though. I go f3. Takes, 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 takes. Maybe I go f3. I think I gotta go f3. So I don't think you can move the bishop. Wait, f3, attack, take, 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 take. Then I'm down a queen or a rook. Maybe I just gotta go rook d1. Maybe d1 to d3. Yeah, I think that's it. Because again, takes, 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 takes. So you can't move the bishop. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. I have to take with the pawn. Right? Huh? Does he really think I'm going to take with the rook and then lose checkmate? What am I missing? Takes. Maybe he's got a trick up his sleeve, but I think I have to take. Looks like a free bishop. I don't get it. What's the point? Uh-oh. Conditional move. All of a sudden I'm thinking just go here to chase the queen away. I'm also threatening this pawn. Because if he say goes here, I could possibly take this. Because if he goes here, I can just sacrifice the queen because it's back rank mate. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. I think he goofed. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. If I took, he can check me. Then when I move my king, it's interesting because it defends this pawn. I don't know if he missed that. If I take, he takes with the knight. I take his queen, he takes my queen, but then I get this pawn. Do I go for it, or do I just take his knight? I think I gotta go for it. Takes. Check. Here. Here. Takes. Takes. My king's a lot closer to the action. I gotta go for it. I might lose this game, but I gotta go for it. Otherwise, this guy's gonna get 2 draws off of me. I gotta go for it. It's my only chance. Yeah, this guy has made 1 inaccuracy in both of our games. This one he should have driven his knight the other way. This game could be a draw, though. My king might be slightly closer, though. But it looks like a draw. Looks like a draw. Like, I kind of want to go there, but I also want to go here. Well, I can't go here. And then I kind of need my king closer. I don't know. I think I'm just going to bring my king in. Well, I have to take the queen. He takes me, and then I take his rook. I have to. I think this game's a draw. I don't see anything. Um, Again, either f4 or g4. What about e4? Takes, takes. That might be my only shot to make this game interesting. Um, hmm. Trying to see if I can get my king in the game to go after this pawn. I think I'm going to go for g4. Because if I go g4, if he doesn't take, I can take with the pawn. He takes back with the pawn, and I take with the bishop. And then I have an advantage. So he has to take, or he has to push. If he pushes, I could always push my pawn and maybe gain some more space in the center. Or I could take him, he takes me, and then we see what happens. Just would make this pawn really weak. That's the only problem. Unless I go f4 first and then g4. Takes, takes, and then my king can kind of go up this way. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just go here. Pretty sure I got to take the queen. Hope for the best. I'm out material. I'm up. I'm up 4 points of material. Thinking maybe I just double up because I'm fine with trading down. And I'd also be attacking this pawn. So I'm thinking maybe I just try to trade queens off. Or actually, I could just take this pawn. That would be good. I don't think he saw that. I think I might have to go for that. It would slow his attack down. I think I have to go for it. Uh, Thinking of knight here. But if he goes here, I might have to trade it. Um, I'd like to get my bishop involved. I don't know, maybe I go here, he comes here, and I don't take. Because if he takes me, I take with the pawn, and then maybe some pieces get traded. And then maybe his attack isn't so much of a big deal. I don't know, but I think this is going to be the last move of the night. Yeah, I've been filming for over an hour and a half. So, yeah, this move I think is too slow. I don't know, if I go here, he goes here, I go here, goes back. Gonna go here. All right, that's gonna do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the games. I'll be back shortly with another video. And yeah, I hope you have a great one and enjoy your night. Bye.